Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you all ready?
We're going to pass this around, and anybody... Oh, but I thought only people from Georgia did that.
I'm from South Carolina.
Well, that counts.
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Okay, we ready? What's that? Oh, the pins. Okay, we're going to make something called Verry. Now, here's another instance how I discovered this flavor. I was in a Hispanic market. By the way, go to Hispanic markets. They got great sweets there. I was in a Hispanic market, and I saw guava. Guava. I don't know what guava. It could have been an elephant's tail for all I know. Guava. So I bought it, of course, and I took it home, and it was in a can. Like a big sardine can, a flat can, guava. So I opened it up, and there's this jellied brown concoction in there. And I guess I'll continue with this, even though it's detrimental to the flavor. So I dumped it on a plate, and the consistency is like jellied stuff. You know this, right? And I tasted it. And although it didn't knock me out with, wow, this is great, it had a unique flavor, something that I had never tasted. It's not like strawberry, raspberry, boysenberry. It's not like that. It's very different. So I said, well, with a little sweetener, this could be a good flavor, as long as we don't call it guava, because nobody's buying guava ice cream in my store. So I played around with it and came up with something where I included, I don't want to say American berries, but American berries to it. And then it became a fruity thing, and it was good. Well, after I committed to making that today, I went to 3 different stores and couldn't find the guava. I went to 2 Walmarts and a Publix, and I couldn't find guava. So the closest thing I found was this, which is guava nectar. 1 second. And it is pure guava nectar. So we're going to give it a shot. Yes, sir.
Next time you go to the frozen section. They have the guava pulp frozen.
Now, you know what would happen if I walked into a store and said, do you have guava pulp?
Just go to the frozen section.
I'd be hauled out of there like that. You have guava pulp? Okay, you, in the back. So we'll try it. I gave it the sniff test, and it's good. And as you know, as you can see by the front, it's that kind of fruit. It looks like a mini watermelon type fruit. Doesn't taste anything like that. So by combining this with other berries, a berry medley, and some brown sugar, now we were going to make a variegate, but I decided not to because I'm going to put this in with it. This is cherry pie filling. I'm going to put it in with the flavor because it has to have, all my ice creams have to have a lot of flavor, be pretty sweet and creamy. So we'll see. Any questions? Yes, sir.
I look forward to it, right?
What?
I look forward to it.
You look forward to it?
Yes.
That doesn't come into question category.
No, he said right.
I'm just saying that
He said right. It was a question.
guava is a great standalone flavor by itself. Pick off the tree, great Caribbean, and I guess African flavor. That's why you found it in the Hispanic. And the ice cream is
Made out of just guava?
just guava.
Well, let me say this. There are so many different sects and types of people who come from different parts of the world that one person's meat is another man's poison. Now, if you go to Hawaii and taste their fruits there, some people don't like them at all. And it's the same with those fruits. And when I tasted guava, I couldn't eat guava. Now, with those cans, the jellied, what do? Put on a bread or?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Jelly.
You can do a pastry, those empanadas.
Fillings, yeah.
Fillings, as a filling, put that. with-
Just that, or do you have to sweeten it?
With cheese, that and cheese, or just that as a pastry.
You mean like a cream cheese?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just a yellow, either American cheese or a, what's the one they use for tacos? The cheddar.
If you go to Miami,
Yeah.
anywhere down South Florida, guava, big hit.
But I want, so you put it on like bread, toast, or
Bread, yeah.
just by itself,
Or
right?
crackers.
Yes.
Right out of that tin.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting. Do you hear that?
My neighbor had guava paste, and she used to cut it up and then slices with cheese and crackers. Amazing.
Unbelievable. Well, we'll try. So then maybe we don't have to add the cherry pie. We'll add it. Well, there's the Americanized ice cream. Americanized. So, oh well, we'll see.
Whatever it works.
Yeah. You want to help me with this here?
Yeah.
We're going to put 5 or 6 in there, which is about there. Okay?
1, 2.
Good. All right. Now, when you first open your store or you first start to make ice cream, you're going to make a few mistakes. One of the mistakes you'll make is the bladder, you'll drop it. Now, when you drop the bladder, they explode. And now, I'm not kidding here, it's 4 to 6 hours to clean it up. And that's it. And you'll do it once, just once. The other thing you'll do is you'll get your bladder ready, you'll take the top off, you'll do this, and you'll do this, and you forgot to close it. And it comes shooting out. And you'll do that probably twice. So when it happens to you, just remember that I told you. Okay, we're going to put 5 quarts into the machine.
Say that again. 5 quarts. Oh, thank you.
Who said say it again?
He was talking,
The apron, the apron receiver?
talking and I couldn't hear you because he was over here making.
Oh, boy.
I'm bad about
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, you got 3 times that.
I'm thinking about it. Okay, so here we go. Now, another thing I always do is I always put a container under there. Just a habit, but it's going to go there anyway. You might as well do it in the beginning. So there you go. Wow, Christy cleaned up my mess. Okay, here we go. Ah, well, I don't hear any snickering now. All right, so now we have that. A little vanilla. We have 5 quarts of mix, so 5 ounces of vanilla. And guava, baby. Guava nectar. Guava nectar. Hey, you're eating it, not me. Guava nectar. Oh, look at that. It's citrusy looking. Huh. That's the right color, right? I shook it. Huh. How do they get guava nectar? They squeeze the guavas?
Yes. They sweet talk it.
Now, by the way, is this guava nectar, is that common as a drink? Guava nectar, or you never saw it before?
Juices. Yes. Well, juices.
Okay, well, that's what we got here, the juice. Guava nectar. It even says here, nectar de guavara.
How many ounces is in that?
33.
33.
About a quart. Okay. Okay, so now we have berries. So I bought this, which is a berry medley. It's blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. And that's it in there. So, and as Christy said, what we get is we get a little juice out of it because it drips in here. Oh boy, this is. You see what that is? It's strawberries, blueberries, raspberries.
How many ounce package is it?
Oh, you go right along with the apron, don't you? 16 ounces, 1 pound. All right, so what we can do is we can fire it up. And then we can add the remainder of our ingredients so it'll blend. All right. And now we have this. We should add it, right? Okay. Oh. The reason I have this, as we were talking at lunch, my original flavors for today included cherry cheesecake ice cream, which is why I made the springform pans to make cherry cheesecake ice cream cake. And I thought that would be great. And then at the last minute, I went over the videos that we've had for this show, and I saw that I made it already. So I thought, let's come up with something different. That's the reason. So we'll add this. We'll add this to this. Hey, apron man, you gonna ask how many in the can? It is it's a 21-ounce can. And now we need some brown sugar.
How much brown sugar?
Well, I'm going to tell you how much brown sugar. 1/4 pound. Double bagged, of course. 1/4 pound. This is too much, right?
I don't think that's turned on.
I used it for sugar.
It is just under 1/2 pound. So we need half of this, right? And then we'll taste it, and if we have to make it a little sweeter, we can always do that. So we'll put this in there.
Spoiler alert, he's going to put in half and then say, oh, what the heck, let's throw it all.
No.
It's not wrong.
We'll put in half of this. What the? Okay, now we can adjust it to taste.
How'd you do on the scale? Let's throw it on the scale and see what's up. See how clear your eye is.
Huh? 26.
All right, we'll give it to you.
You thought I was going to be way off, didn't
Yes,
you?
absolutely.
Okay. A little tasterooski. By the way, great spoons he gets, aren't they? You hate those crummy white plastic ones that bend and stuff. No, he guys good spoons.
Christy's got those.
Good deal, Christy.
Frozen Solutions is the company that makes those spoons. That's also the cups that are in front of you, and that same spoon that's in that cup. The phone number's on there. Mitch Kleinman, super great guy, and their turnaround is pretty quick.
My taste tells me we need more brown sugar.
My sister.
So we'll add a little more, and we'll see what happens.
Got some rum over here.
Huh?
Got some rum over here.
We're at a half pound.
But it's coconut rum. Oh, that's still a fruit. Should we take a vote?
Let me taste this first.
Hold on, what was the vote question?
Dump the rum in.
I have to make mint in this, you know. You got
What happened?
you got cherry on it.
Why does that one have two little doors? You know, it has a.
It's
Which one does one?
the grate on top, you mean? It's legal. It's so that you don't, it's the legal
You don't stick
profession.
your hand in
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
so
a
you don't
UL
stick your hand in
requirement.
there.
But this one doesn't have it, does it?
No, they want you to stick your hand. No. No,
If you add that rum, it's going to alter everything.
how come this doesn't have a protective grate?
Because it's a UL requirement for that.
Why? Why not for this?
Ask UL.
It's a legal thing. It's just BS. I mean, it's,
That one can only mangle you, but that one will take it off.
yeah, yeah. The mangle one. Which machine you want? I think I'll have the mangle one. Okay, so we're ready, or should I add it? Your call.
When in doubt, do without.
Ooh.
I'm only saying no because it'll taste like coconut if you do. And right now, it tastes like a very berry, like what you're calling it.
Okay.
If you add the rum, it's going to kick in that coconut.
Enough said.
Okay.
I'm with you.
But
Okay.
we could add a floater, right?
Oh, a floater.
Yeah.
A floater. Yes, sir.
I like you.
Are you always creating new flavors, or do you stick to?
No, it's part of the fun. Sometimes when I'm in a store and I see a flavor of something, I try to translate into ice cream. And that's all. And you'll do the same thing. Because if I told you, what's your first name?
Manny.
Manny? If I told you, Manny, that you're going to have a store and these are your 16 flavors that you're going to sell, that's it. These are your 16. How long would you be happy for? 3 months, 2 months? Because part of the joy of this business is ice cream flavors, coming up with stuff. I did a whole class once, and it's in my class, how to develop a recipe. Because the pina colada, 7 ingredients. This one, or whatever we make, how do you come up with it? And there's a method to it, because you have to be able to do it the same way every time. And I take a 1-quart container, and I put it on my work table with any ingredients that I think I'm going to use. No sizes yet. And I fill this up halfway with mix so that I have 16 ounces, 1/2 quart, and I write it down. Now let's pick a flavor. Chocolate chip? No, that doesn't work. That's 2 things, chocolate and ice cream. Well, okay, let's say one of the ones we did. We'll make it simple. the English toffee or the caramel crunch if we add the other. So let's say we want to make that and we don't know how much to add. So we have half a quart. Now don't forget, I'm on this machine here, which is 10 quarts. So half a quart is 1 watt of my whole thing. It's 1/20th, right? Because there's 10 quarts, this is half. So whatever I write as my recipe, I'm going to multiply by 20. And it'll be the same every time. So we take the dulce de leche, we open up a can, and we take, let's say, 4 tablespoons. And we put it in here, mix it up, and taste it. Well, it needs more dulce de leche. So then you add more. When you get it to what you want, and then you have, what else did we add? Vanilla, which is standard. So when you get the proportions that you want, and it's written down here, you multiply everything by 20. This way it's the same every time. Whatever you're making, you do it that way. Half a quart. You don't want to do more because then if it's a flop, you're throwing out a lot of stuff. So you do a half a quart with mix. And then you take your, but you've got to write it down. And you write down 4 tablespoons. Taste it, no good. You cross out 4 tablespoons. You put in 16 ounces. Taste it, a little more. And eventually, whatever you get to, we had, how much did we have? We had 36 ounces. So that would be, whatever, I'm no good with math, but whatever it came to, multiplied times 20 came to 36 ounces. So then you've got your formula. And it'll work every time. The only thing I would tell you to do is taste it right before you commit to the freezing part, because, you know, we're using a small sample. It may need more or less of something. Now, what happens if it needs less? What do?
Add more mix.
Add more mix. Add more mix. That's how you can lessen the strength of anything in there. And then once you add more mix, everything else has to be adjusted. It sounds hard, but it's not. It really isn't. And don't forget, when you do it this way, you're the one tasting it. You're the one making the decision. So it'll be your flavor, not mine. It'll be your flavor. And feedback from your customers will solidify your choices. When they say, wow, that's unbelievable, you hit it. If they don't buy it, you didn't hit it. One of my favorite things is, what's that clear licorice liquor? Anisette? I love it. I used to get blitzed on this stuff. I would go to a sushi bar, which I enjoy, and I would drink glass after glass of this stuff. What's the name brand of it? The licorice flavored liqueur. Sambuca. I would get blitzed on Sambuca, and I loved it. So I said, hey, why not Sambuca ice cream? If I love it so much, got to be a winner. So I did my thing, and I came out with unbelievable Sambuca ice cream. It was so good, it was ridiculous. And I put it on the board, and I made a batch, and I sold none. None. Nobody wanted it. It was so good. So I ate as much as I could, and the rest went down the drain. Yes?
So when you try new flavor, how much you just make one mix? Like 5 quarts of the new flavor?
No, if you're happy with it, go for it.
Yeah, but if you don't sell it.
Well, hopefully you're not going to make Sambuca. Spoonsies? You're going to try them? Huh?
Don't taste the guava.
You do a flavor of
You
the
do?
week.
Well, that's good. That's
Every
what it's all
salesman
about.
wants a
I'm
reason
not
to
a
come
guava
back and
fan.
see you. I'm a salesman.
Okay, we
So
ready?
you're the salesman. You want them to come
We're
back and
almost
see what's new. So you drop a flavor out and have a flavor of the week. Even better, hire someone young who's great on social media, as I mentioned earlier, to advertise that flavor of the week. This weekend, Friday night, 8 o'clock, we'll be introducing our flavor of the week.
Sambuca.
Maybe not. Guava. Guava. And it's
You
a
ready
great
over
way to
there?
bring people back in. It's terrific. And do some of them seasonal, like up in New Jersey. We have Jersey peaches in September. They're early September. They're only good for about 2 weeks. They're the best in the world. So you have peach ice cream in those 2 weeks in September, and then you take it off the menu. Everybody goes, "Where's the peach ice cream?" I'm sorry, peaches are out of season. Come back next year. They'll be lined up. You can't do that with strawberry. You always have to have strawberry. But peaches or something exotic that you wouldn't normally have, just have it for a limited time. I used to wait for some of the Carvel flavors, soft ice cream flavors up in New York. Tom Carvel would have them at certain times of the year. Great, yeah.